Hi, my name's Katie and welcome to my channel. I've got my 2 6-foot African cichlids here and I have just completed my living space area with these fish tanks. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a look at the tanks and how they've been going since I just moved to this farm property about 2 months ago. And I'm going to show you what we did to make this living space a little bit nicer and to just kind of complement the tanks as well. And then of course, I'm going to give you a little bit of an update just in general of what it's been like living out here more rurally on acreage. And I also have a very special new little friend or family member, you could say, to introduce you to. So we're going to be doing all of that in this video. I figured that we'd start the video off just by giving the fish a little bit of food. They normally know when it's food time, and that's around like 10 o'clock at night. So they don't really normally get fed at this time, but I thought it would just give you guys a nice, good little look at them. I think they will still accept food. It's just going to be a nice little surprise for them. And we'll give the Tanganyikan some too. So these ones are my Lake Tanganyikan ones in here, and these ones are my Lake Malawi ones. And these fish are amazing. So for anyone who hasn't seen the videos before this, I just moved from more like a city kind of area, and these tanks came with me, and they're now living off rainwater that I just put a buffer in to raise the pH, and so far so good. I'm trying to limit my water changes that I do on the tanks because the water is so different to the parameters that they were used to, and I've just been topping this tank up. This one has a lot of pothos, so you'll see it's got it all on the top here, and then in the sump down the bottom. The light's not on in the sump right now, but you'll see that there's more pothos just in there too. So that helps to just take the nitrates out of the water and keep it clean. So plants will minimize the amount of water changes that you have to do, which is really handy. And then these guys in here, they have a water plant. So this is a Nubius. It can grow underwater submerged, but it can grow emerged as well. This plant here initially died off quite a bit when we moved because it was a lot hotter at the time. We're in Australia, so heading into winter now. We'll just kind of start at autumn, but heading towards the colder months. But when we moved, it was closer to summer, might have even been summer. And so even with wet paper on them, they just all got dried out. But the good news is they're kind of coming back, which is good. And the fish have all done pretty well since the move too. So only lost one fish, which was really sad actually. That was my orange zebra, Mbuna. And so that was really unfortunate because I had that one since the start. When I first initially set this tank up with just lots of little baby African cichlids in 2022, it would have been. So a very long time ago, about, what's that, like over 3 years ago now, I think it was, or about 3 years ago. So that was sad that I lost that guy, but otherwise they've been good. These guys here too have actually really thrived since the move, which kind of surprised me because I thought that the Tanganyikan ones, they might be a little bit more sensitive, but they all did really good. So that was awesome. And that is why I keep African cichlids. So these guys are freshwater fish, but they are just so beautiful and colorful, and they're a lot easier to look after compared to saltwater fish. I think they are really the closest freshwater fish that you can get to a saltwater fish. And that's why I love them, because of their colors. And then I also love them because of their hardiness as well. The other thing too is I have these tanks because obviously I'm passionate about fish and I love just being surrounded by nature and animals, hence my move out into the country. But I also love things looking nice. Like I really like color and I really like interior design. So that's why I wanted to incorporate the tanks into the whole living space and kind of have it all flow together, which is what we spent quite a bit of time on. So I don't know if you have seen the videos prior to this. If you have, you would have seen the whole renovation process. I will link those videos too for anyone that's interested. But when I bought this house, it had very old tiles. They were very cracked. They actually kind of needed to be replaced. So I got to pick out these nice orange tiles, which I love, with the fish tanks and the fish as well. It's nice earthy kind of color. And then this mat actually here, it's really cool. I didn't plan to put this here, but it was actually about a year ago now, I think I started setting up a rack in my garage because I originally came from a townhouse and I was just renting the townhouse. I thought I was going to be there for a really long time. So I was setting up a whole rack system in the garage there, and I chose this mat for there. I've been thinking about getting a rug for the garage. This is so nice and soft. I'm thinking maybe a Turkish one because that won't show dirt too much. I think that rug is going to look really nice with that red too. I saw this and I thought it was cute. It's so cute. So it's kind of cool to have something from that next step that I was doing at the townhouse, but here at the farmhouse where I've got much more space. So that is very nice. I haven't uploaded for quite a while because I have just been so busy. So busy just getting everything sorted in here. I kind of felt like I was running a marathon when we were getting everything all renovated in here and just kept going and going. And then I think I just needed a little bit of time just to focus on actually living here, settling in, getting a new routine and everything. It takes a lot more time and energy than you would think. But I feel like we're kind of on the cusp of that being all finished now. So that's awesome. So one of the things that was kind of like the end of me in terms of energy was this kitchen right here. So this kitchen, if you remember it, it was more of like an orange color, which looked really nice when it had the white tiles, but I didn't really want the orange and the pink. So bench top is the same, but I painted all of these just with cabinet paint. It was a Dulux cabinet paint, and changed the handles and everything. I'm really happy with how it turned out, but it was a little bit of a mission. So you had to do a priming coat and let that dry, and then between every coat of the white paint you had to wait 8 hours, and then I ended up doing 4 coats altogether. So that took me literally weeks in between doing other stuff and work and everything. So that was a mission, but very much worth it. And then Dad actually added these. So I really just wanted to make this a little bit fancier. I thought it would look pretty like farmhousey, you know, having the little cladding bits on there. So we did that, and it's not like your typical style, I guess, with the different handles that don't match and the drawers having these. But I don't know, I just thought that it looked cool. Sometimes it's nice to just have things looking a little bit different. But yeah, it's the style that I like. And then, oh yeah, the sunsets are really beautiful here, but the sun really comes through here. So we just added a nice little blind on there. And then, I don't know if you guys remember, but the house actually came with a fireplace, and the fireplace was over here where the fish tanks are. And so that didn't work out because of where these fish tanks really needed to be. So Mum and Dad very kindly got me a literal housewarming gift, and that is a fireplace. And so we got this beautiful fireplace. It's a Norseman Forester one here. It's actually the exact same one, the same model that was here, but the other one, I would have loved to keep it. Like, I think it would be nice to keep things that the house came with, but the flue unfortunately was all kind of like broken apart, and just for safety reasons thought it would probably be better just to get a new fireplace. So that's what Mum and Dad did. We had to delay this getting installed a little bit because we had quite a bit of rain after the cyclone. We actually ended up getting more rain, I think, after it than when it came. Sadly, it was quite a bit worse for people on the coast, but we were very fortunate here to not get hit too hard. But this has been really nice to have. Dad needs to show me how to clean the glass on this because, I don't know, apparently I wasn't burning it hot enough or something, and it was really making the sooty stuff actually build up on there. In a moment, I'm going to go show you the new member of the family. But just before we do that, I will also just show you this. So I always wanted to have curtains, and now finally owning my own house, that's something that I can choose to have. So we went and picked out these, and I've got just some sheer ones, which I think will be really handy actually having, because in the mornings the sun really shines through here, and this Tanganyikan tank here gets a lot of algae. So actually having this at night, the curtains are helpful for keeping the warmth in at night, because it will get, not freezing here, it's not going to snow or anything, but it will get a bit colder. Being more inland. So these curtains that go behind, they're blackout ones, but also good for keeping out the sun really well. And so if I put them over at night, in the morning when that sun comes through, that will just help a little bit with the fish tank, I think too, hopefully. We will see. I actually was going to get some plantation shutters, like some maybe like blue ones to put on here, but the sun does not seem to come through this window too bad. And this tank is just always fine when it comes to algae. We had blackbeard algae at one point, but otherwise just doesn't really get anything on the glass. I didn't even clean the glass. I think I've barely touched the glass since this tank got put here, and it just seems to stay really, really nice. So that's good. The only thing is the water in here is a little bit green. I want to try the UVC, the ultraviolet clarifier that you can get in line on the canister filters. So I've got 2 FX6 canister filters on this tank here, and they didn't have it originally when I got these, but they have an inline UVC now. So I'm actually keen to order 2 of those, and I'm gonna try them out because the rainwater, the tank water, has a lot of tannins in it and it's quite green. This tank is much better because I actually have Purigen that I've got in the sump in this one. So I think that takes out a lot of the greenness from it. I mean, I could put Purigen in the canister filters here, but I think I'd also just really like to try the inline UVC. I think it would be a great test for before and after to see how it goes. Okay. I think we've showed you enough from inside the house, so let's go outside. We might not be able to go out this door because we've just been painting this door. This is the beautiful new front door as well, so that's the other thing we've been doing is painting all of the doors and got this new one. We do have handles and a lock for it. I have plenty of kookaburras around here. When we go outside to feed the goats, you might actually even see some kookaburras. Let's go outside and meet our new little friend. I'm gonna open these back up too so we can see out. We're losing sun very early now compared to before because we're heading into winter. So the sun used to go down at like 7, whereas now it's going down at like 5:30. It's 5 o'clock now and the sun's up, so probably like 5:30 I would say. But let's go out there. Here is a clue of the new animal. Oh, she just came out from under the steps. Molly, have you been listening in? What the heck? All right, so you guys have met Zeta before, who is my beautiful 7-year-old Doberman, but this here is little Molly. Molly, she's very loving and she loves shoes, but let me pick her up. Sorry, oopsies. This is my little 12-week-old poodle puppy. So she is a red standard poodle. I never planned on getting a poodle. I just saw her. I literally just one day, I just went on Gumtree. Literally the same story as when I got my Peninsula water box tank. I just went on Gumtree and I saw her little face on there. I just looked at dogs that were around the area and I just thought she was so beautiful. And it just said they had the one female. I went and picked her up, and it was actually a very sad story though. So she was born the 26th of January at the beginning of the year, but her siblings did not make it because the owner was actually away at the time and they got caught in their little birth sacks, which was really sad, and they weren't able to get out. So she's a little bit of a miracle puppy. She's a little survivor. So very, very good, and she's such a good girl. I love her very much. And the cool thing about poodles is she will end up getting a poodle coat. I'll make sure she doesn't jump at the camera. When she's about 6 months old, she should get her poodle coat. And poodles have hair instead of fur, so you have to keep getting it trimmed and cut. So you might be able to give her some cute little hairstyles. And then, but they're hyperallergenic, hyperallergenic because of that. So it's cool when I have her, like, I'm not really allergic to dogs and stuff, but I do notice sometimes that their hair kind of gets into my nose. So if you follow me on Instagram, which I didn't ghost on Instagram, I've still been uploading on my story and everything there. Apologies for anyone that I scared thinking that something happened with the cyclone because I hadn't uploaded videos in so much when normally I'd upload weekly. I shared little Molly on Facebook and a lot on Instagram as well. All right, well, I think to finish off, maybe we'll just give the goats a little bit of food since they are hanging out over here, and then we'll head inside and I'll show you my cool device and let you know what the plans are as well for some upcoming videos. Mum's arm's sore from videoing. Gotta be tough. Hang on guys. I inherited these goats with the property, and so we've got a male, which is Henry with the big horns, and then we've got Amber, the red female, Suki, the other female, and the little baby is Nina. I had a vet come and visit, and what our plan is they confirmed that Nina, the little baby, the little black baby, is a girl. And because we don't want them to breed any inbred goats, what the plan is we're going to get Henry here castrated. Apparently it's actually really easy. The vets just come out. It's only a couple $100, and they just shoot a little dart into the goat and they fall asleep in the paddock, and then they just do it in the paddock. So that's going to happen. We think that Amber is pregnant potentially as well, and Suki may even also be pregnant too. So that's what we're hoping for, because I'd love to have some baby goats. And so in the winter is when the vet said the goats tend to breed a little bit more too. So once the days start to get shorter. So, oh my gosh. So that will, when he's castrated, he will be a little bit less that way as well, depending. They said that because we don't know how old he is, he might have had so long that he's just developed these behaviors because he's had high testosterone for so long. So we're just gonna see, but he's pretty good. Like, I've been teaching him to share a little bit more by making sure that some of the female goats get some food too. And he's been responding pretty well to that. But that will be getting booked in pretty shortly. And Amber has definitely been getting fatter and fatter. The vet literally said that she's either just fat or pregnant. So I think she is pregnant. She is looking pretty round. I think even a couple months ago, I kind of was feeling like there was almost something in there. So we'll discover very soon if she is just fat or whether she is pregnant. And hopefully she is pregnant, so we can have the best of all the worlds and have Henry castrated, so there'll be no inbred goats or anything, and he might be a little bit calmer, and then we'll still get to have some baby goats, hopefully. Now, the other plan, I'm just thinking of this right now, I forgot to mention this, but the other thing we're going to do too is we have all of this paddock area here, and one of the first things I actually want to do that I'm going to try and get booked in as soon as possible is I want to get a fence, a fence built from here to the other side, and then get a trough in here, not for the goats to be in here permanently, but I want an area where we can block them off so that we can walk the dogs. Molly, the poodle, will hopefully be just fine because she'll be growing up with the dogs, and I don't think she'll have the kind of instinct to chase them like what Zeta does. But Zeta, being a Doberman, she just really wants to chase the goats, and it's not good for them, I don't think, for her to be doing that. So I want her to be able to run out there. And also the other part too is it's not just for the dogs. So we have 2 dams in there too. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Mark from Pondworks to come out as well. So he works with Aquascape, so Greg Whitstock's company, and they're based in the Sunshine Coast, his branch. And we have been in contact as well. And he was saying that when I'm ready to let him know, and they're gonna come out and have a look at the dams as well, and just give me some ideas of things that I could do to add some life to them. Can't add anything other than native fish in there because it's a dam that is just in the ground. Like, it has to be above the ground if you want to add things like red-tail catfish and stuff. So it'll just be native fish, but we might be able to even visit Matt from Duffy Aquatics as well and maybe get some lotus and stuff like that. So that'll be the next step. Then I did mention the chicken coop before. I'm not sure if I want to get chickens or not. There's some other animals I think I would rather get first, but we will just have to wait and see. Okay, and there's the 2 kookaburras. I told you guys that you might get to see them sitting on the fence. Here they go. They love to catch stuff. It goes past the sunset. They love to catch stuff out of the ground. Now, I got so excited when I saw these because they really blend into the fence, but when it rains, they go a really nice bright green. These little things, they are called lichens. So I think these are beard lichens here. And if you see them, they are probably very, very old. So I think these ones are probably like 20, 25 years old. And there's a whole field on lichens, because the interesting part about these is this is not a plant. It is actually an algae and a fungus that have a symbiotic relationship. They grow like 1 millimeter a year. That's like an estimate of how much they grow. And they are literally the reason for the word symbiotic being used in biology. So how cool is that? You just, never know what you'll come across. Just stumbled across these on the fence one day. And they're very beautiful. I thought they were moss, but they are lichens. I like them. That is a good stick that little Molly has got. I think it has a mushroom on it. Just gonna stab someone with that. Okay, having a good little play. All right, let's go inside, where we will finish off the video. Look at you guys go, wow. This little thing here is a Robo Vacuum. So this one is a pretty new one, I think. It's a dream one, and it's really, really awesome because it actually vacuums and it mops. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So have a look on there, right? So you can map the whole house, and what I do is I just pick a room for it to clean. So let's just do the kitchen just to show you. And so I'm just gonna say clean. I might have to replace the water. So dirty water, clean water, you just take it out, pour it out, add more water when you need to. And then it's got some little mops on the bottom here. It's cleaning the mops now. And then what it's gonna do is, I've got it on a quick mode where it vacuums and mops at the same time. So it'll just go through all the kitchen and it will vacuum everything, mop everything. It's not gonna get off like really deep stains of dirt, but it will be enough to get rid of like dog paw prints. It makes it look really nice and it feels nice to walk on, which is really good with having tiles, I think. And you can just change the function so that it doesn't mop on carpet and rugs and stuff. Use it every single day, so that has been amazing. And then there's a couple other cute little things I just wanted to show you as well. I got this little mouse light. I just thought that was literally the cutest thing ever. It's like a little mouse holding a light. I've got that little guy next to my coffee machine, because I love coffee. This is one of the last rooms here, is the room with the hole punch in it, whatever that is. It wasn't me. This is my room, and Molly is gonna come and try and steal all of my shoes and everything in here. But I got this little lamp at the same time that I got the mouse too, because I just think it's so cute. It reminds me of Layla. It's got these little blue birds on there. And how cute are these little animals? It's like a little animal teepee. I think Molly wants to be my new videographer. Is that what you want to do, Molly? You cannot eat my camera equipment. Come on. Come on, Molly. All right, oh, and the Robo Vacuum has started vacuuming. My little llama beanie as well, very cute. All right, I got a beanie because it's gonna get cold. I think she's psychic. She can sense if a door is open to a room, and then she'll just run there straight away, and then she'll just destroy everything in it. There we go. But yeah, so it's got these like little spinny things, and so it like spins out the dirt from the corners, and it vacuums it, and then you'll see it's like leaving a little wet trail behind because it's mopping. Those are its little mops, and you can adjust the amount of wetness so you can see the middles where it hasn't got yet. It'll come back and get that. It just does like the outsides first. It's so good. It just, I don't know, it's made my life so much easier. It makes everything easier to keep it clean. It feels good having clean floors. So this is our last little section here to fix up as well. So little Layla's little humble abode here. We've got her in here. She laid an egg recently, not fertilized, but she did lay one. And I think she's gonna lay another one because I started giving her these pellets that I swear they make her lay eggs. But this is all gonna change here. Now, this sad little tank here, we're gonna make this look really nice and beautiful. I'm gonna get a bunch of pothos and I'm gonna get some guppies and stuff for putting in here to make this tank look really nice and beautiful. And then this will kind of be the last part that we have to fix up. I'm gonna move that down a bit because we've got the fireplace, and see what we can do to kind of make this a little bit less bulky and in the way. Get the painting up, figure out what to do with lighting and everything. This is not glass, this is acrylic, and acrylic is so beautiful for a fish tank. It's so nice and see-through. It makes the water look really crystal clear. So stay tuned for that. I think that's gonna look really beautiful. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much as well for your support, and for everyone who was worried when I didn't upload as well. It was so lovely having you reach out and message. It really motivates me to keep making videos and want to come back, and to everyone who kept watching videos and subscribing and everything. I'm just so pleased that I was able to take that little bit of a break just to get settled in and everything, and that you guys were so understanding. And for anyone who is new to the channel, I hope you enjoyed just seeing my a million random things that we've done around here. But stay tuned because I'm going to be uploading way more stuff of my fish tanks and getting everything look really nice and beautiful, and finally be able to spend my weekends just having fun, doing stuff to do with my hobbies rather than getting everything all, you know, fixed up and everything. And then of course we'll have the whole outdoors area as well. So there is a lot that's going to be happening here. But that's it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like. Let me know what you think of everything and how it's all going so far in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.